first time with the Focus Cup. So this weekend is a 2-day race weekend with qualifying and race 1 on Saturday and then 3 races on the Sunday. It is the first time being here, like I said, at Anglesey, so we'll see how it goes throughout this weekend. The times of testing were very competitive, very close throughout the top 10, so I think it's going to be a very interesting round. And it's a very narrow track here, so if you're going to go for a pass you kind of have to be ballsy and just go for it. And I think your qualifying position is key for this round. Hope you are liking these videos. Please like and subscribe and share to all your friends. It really does mean the world when people do like and share and subscribe to my channel. So let's hope for a great day's racing.
20 that is, of Macaulay Underwood. A great start from 4th in class.
Well, it's the talk of a diesel, you know.
Very much so. Managing to get away well there.
You've got to find that sweet point, haven't you, on the clutch and the torque to get the diesel to run. And these cars no slouch.
No, 100%. I think Macaulay managing to get a very good getaway at the start. 2 places gained by the first few corners towards the Class 1 diesel petrol ST cars that we've got in the field. Still being led at the moment by the 8 squad. That's still ahead of Tomley, our racing champion. Some fun so far this season, but coming under a lot of pressure from a few cars behind as well. McCann, Langford, all having a look on the inside of Langford, not able to make it stick on this occasion.
The instigator of the championship, of course. Now, is this a political move or not? Simon Walter had a bit of a problem, I think, in qualifying, and was way back on the grid from where he might normally be. Very competitive in position, and he was slow away from the line just now, but seems to be on a bit of a charge now.
He started in 8th place. You're going to have to make his way past that number 6 car, Rick Whitney.
It could have been a country mile if you were right on top of it.
There was a good little fight going on there between Langsford and Hall. Langsford is 4 Hall under 99. 9 but not back down through the corkscrew.
It's still acid as they come down into the top of the corkscrew. To the top of the corkscrew. Corkscrew, of course, loosely designed on that from Laguna Seca.
Yep.
When the circuit was put together, Richard Peacock, who developed the site, the new track layout, took some inspiration, took every corner that he'd ever really enjoyed on any circuit, put it all into one place.
What a circuit!
So you can get a circuit when they're driving.
Quickly, and I believe that was the number 4 of winter, so that'll be a move into 17. But the way the grids are formed for the future racing, they batch it into groups of 6. So first through to 6th are reversed, and then 7th through to 12th are reversed. So this should still, if Baker is managing to be able to finish, John Baker is still starting 7th.
Might find himself right up the grid
potentially
for the second race.
He should still have an opportunity to attack and then get further forward. My eye out for all the overall leaders. Mitchell still leading the way ahead of Harry Totley. To his credit, something hasn't the top of the B. Let's keep going. That means there's no interruptions to the race, which is a 15-minute race with all the accidents going on. We've got less than 7 minutes
left to go.
So it's fascinating to see what is going to transpire between these front two. Ian Mitchell still leading the way ahead of Ali Totley, but now they're going to be coming across that Class 2 car of Neff Voss.
Very sensible moved offline to let the leaders go through. Good bit of observation from him. The leaders were not interrupted by that at all.
Hang on.
The problem is more like those in third and fourth place, I think. Cars happening, in fact, and a little bit further up we're going to have potentially a few more. That said, I think for at least a few laps, once Mitchell and Totley get past this next car, they'll have a fair clear bit of track with which to battle. Here they come now. On the inside goes Mitchell it's the number 55 of Matt Cross. He's put it, made significant progress through the field and started on the final row of the grid. Now, 11th in class. So kudos to Cross for progress that he's made so far. The leaders have come through Rocky out. Now got a significant bit of gap in front of them with the battle. The Class 2 leaders, all 4 of them still very much nose to tail within a couple of seconds of each other. It's Valentine, Underwood, Mitchell and Hall.
now Rich Hall behind Mark McCann with still 4 or 5 laps remaining. That 4 laps would be a reasonable assumption. At least 4 laps to go. Mark McCann using a bit of dirt on the outside of the tape. That can't help, mate.
So this isn't a done deal, really, is it, for the podium positions?
Not at all.
Slingshot out of church on the way down through school.
Very encouraging for Rich Hall. He's making progress. He's second quicker on that last lap, but they did have traffic to deal with. Before the rest of the race.
Where are we doing with class 2 now?
They're just coming across the start finish line. Ben Valentine has bridged the gap a little bit to Macaulay Underwood. Underwood continuing to come under pressure from Andrew Mitchell and Charlie Hall. None of them really interfered with the battle too much. The leaders coming through church with just over 2.5 minutes to go. But Tommy not quite able to get an attack going. No, I think this time as well, McCann's going to come to a very awkward spot here, and Rich Hall might have an opportunity. He's able to get on the inside of this class 2 car here, which can. Another one's been very...
Sanders looking a bit tight.
The 5 cars get very close to each other.
Exactly. I don't all credit to them. They keep it close together. So they're not very much so. They've all been very sensible.
Being in the tow. Ian Mitchell might want the win more than the fastest lap, an entirely reasonable assumption. And right now, Ian Mitchell's able to get a good exit, it feels like, out of church.
Just a bit of better drive off church.
Not sure, because it was so close as they went through the corner, and then by the time they get up to the rocket in,
looks like
it has indeed. A little bit further back,
turbocharged cars then?
They are, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very interesting how driving the driver just stamps on the throttle. Sometimes the driver sometimes
that might explain it. And here come the leaders. Class 2. Craig Valentine and Ian Mitchell, the respective class leaders, come across the line at a very similar span of time. A little bit further back towards the Class 1 podium between Mark McCann and Rich Hall. They're still very close. I'm going to divert my attention back towards Ian Mitchell. I think he's going to come across these cars. I think he's going to come across these cars before they get to the end of the final lap. Keep an eye and see as he comes through Peels.
Just doesn't want to get mixed up with it, does he?
Doesn't want to. Not much of a choice.
The right part of Simon Walt's script, you see.
Well, what the series championships putting together here. Here comes Ian Mitchell. Duncan Valentine.
Amazing. Out of
very much separated. I think they saw the checkered flag come out. It wasn't for them, it was for the cars immediately behind. So I think Craig Valentine very wisely just carried on.
Yeah.
Macaulay Underwood has carried on as well. Just to make sure. And Andrew Mitchell has lost a fair bit of the gap as a result. Just waiting for them to come through the final corkscrew now. Here is Craig Valentine coming through the corkscrew forward. Final time, not too far ahead of Macaulay Underwood, but enough of a gap to hold on to that class. And here comes the class podium, all three of them. Valentine takes the class 2 win ahead of the 20 of Macaulay Underwood and the 95 of Andrew Mitchell.
And in third place, our championship leader, Andrew Mitchell. Where's he at? You're not used to coming up third, did you say? Second place, Macaulay Underwood. Well done, Macaulay. And our winner, first time behind the wheel of the Focus Cup this year, Mr. Valentine, Craig Valentine. Well done, Craig. In the Mintex car as well, so that's a good one for the Mintex, isn't it? A winner. Winner in the Mintex. You'll have to get a photograph, Sarah, of Craig there with the car for a nice post for Mintex. And who have we got? For the AM winner is Charlie Hall. Well done, Charlie. And another Hall, rookie winner is Ash Hall. You don't know, need a podium step.
How was race one?
How was race one? Well, the track is very intricate, very tricky, and it's very difficult to overtake, I've established. There were 4 of us together. I was right up behind Macaulay Underwood. He got me at the start. I just couldn't get past him. So I think really you've got to do it all on the start here, because unless someone makes a bit of a bad mistake, there's just no chance of overtaking. It's a very tight, twisty track. Even the fast bit, you're going to struggle to pass, because I managed to get a run on Macaulay a couple of times, got up to the left-right, and just couldn't open the door enough. So finished third, started third, finished third.
Good. Well, good luck in race 2 tomorrow.
Thank you very much. No, not good luck. Drive fast.
Okay, drive fast in race 2 tomorrow.